Today, we'll be learning when to use a question mark. There's a secret trick to knowing when to use a question mark, and that's called the 5 W's. What are the 5 W's? Who, what, when, where, and why. Oh, and we have a bonus word. Our bonus word does not start with another W. Our bonus word actually starts with an H. It's the word how. These 6 words are like a secret code. When these words appear at the beginning of a sentence, that sentence is almost always asking a question. And that's when you know you need to use a question mark. Any sentence that asks a question needs a question mark. How do you know it's asking a question? That's easy. When you need an answer. Let's dive in to our 6 magic words, starting with the word who. What does it mean if a sentence starts with the word who? It actually means that this question is about someone. This could be a person. For instance, in this question, who is your teacher? The question is about a teacher, which is a person. The word who can also be used when asking a question about an animal. For instance, in the sentence, who is a good puppy? The word who is being used in regards to the puppy, which is an animal. Next, let's talk about the word what. If a sentence starts with the word what, it's usually going to be a question that is about an action or an item. Let's look at a few examples. Here's an example of an action. What are you doing? An example of a question about an item could be the question, what is that? Next, let's talk about the word when. If a sentence starts with the word when, then it is usually going to be a question about time or an occasion. For instance, a question about time could be, when does the party start? It's asking for a time of the party. A question about an occasion could be, when is your birthday? Next, let's look at an example of the word where. If a sentence starts with the word where, it is usually asking a question about a place or a position. Let's look at some examples. Here's an example of a question inquiring about a place. Where did you get your pizza? This question is asking for a particular place. Now let's look at an example of a question that is asking about the position of something. Where is my hat? While they are slightly different, both questions are looking for a location. Next, let's look at the word why. If a sentence starts with the word why, it is usually a question that is asking about a reason or an explanation. Here's an example of a question that is asking for a reason. Why are you hiding? Here is a question that is asking for an explanation. Why is the water cold? Our last magic word is how. If a sentence starts with the word how, it is usually asking a question about the way things are done or about a number. Here's an example of a question that uses the word how to ask about the way something is done. How did you make that? Now let's look at an example of the word how being used to ask about a number. How many apples did you eat? Let's review our 6 magic words: who, what, when, where, why, and how. When you see these words, that means you're probably being asked a question, so that sentence will need a question mark. Be sure to subscribe and be sure to come back for more with Super Smart Kids.